Hey, what is up guys? Okay, today's duel is going to be Ghostrick Spirits versus Monarchs. Now, I remember seeing a while ago a Ghostrick Spirit deck that I thought, that seems quite interesting. So I thought, with the new support that's come out in Primal Origin, namely Ghostrick Paradise. No, not Paradise. Is it Paradise? No, Ghostrick Parade. Yeah, it's Parade. I don't know why I thought Paradise. But I thought I would give it a try. So I set Ghostrick Go Round and Ghostrick Knight, I believe. And I then activate the Parade and set a Jiangshi and end my turn. So this duel goes fairly quickly because Monarchs also got some decent support in this duel. Or they got decent support in Primal Origin. So he then activates Nobleman of Extermination. I then have to banish my Ghostrick Knight, and I also banish the one that I run in the other one that I run. And I was like wavering around a bit because I was thinking to myself, I'm sure I run 3 of this card, but I was looking around everywhere in my deck. I couldn't see a third one, so there I am, just like slowly going through it. And that was also what Ghostrick Knight basically does is it works with Doll so that your opponent basically can't do anything. They say have a ton of monsters, they can't flip them up because of Knight or Doll. So I then activate Jiangshi's effect so I can search out Jack-o'-lantern or Lantern or Jack Frost. I decided to go for the Jack Frost. I believe I then use Jiangshi's effect to set him back down. Yes, I use Jiangshi's effect to set him down and end my turn. So, Parade, I think, is a really good card for this deck, purely because it lets you get out, it lets you add your Ghostrick negation cards, like your Lanterns, your Jack Frosts, and more importantly, it's chainable, so you can very quickly fill the board with Ghostricks. So I then activate Jiangshi's effect again, this time searching out the Ghostrick Lantern. I'm just waiting for him to see. I'm just waiting to see if he had a response. And I decide to add the Lantern. I run the one skeleton because I feel like it's decent. I can start getting rid of my opponent's resources nice and quickly. So I decide to use Jiangshi's effect again, set him. But this time I'm thinking, well, I'm not going to be taking much damage. So let's try and get some more face downs on the board so that if I could get Skeleton out, then that can happen. So I set the Ghostrick Mary and end my turn, as I don't really have to intend to take damage. And as you can see by my comment, Ghostricks do have a lot of field spells, considering that most decks only have 1, they have 3. And probably the only problem that I have with that is that I get confused between these a lot. So he then activates March of the Monarchs, followed by the Monarchs Storm 4, which allows him to tribute summon a monster using one of my monsters, and he then summons Majestys Fiend. Now this card basically makes it so I can't use monster effects, and I was just checking that I can't target him with monster effects. So I'm thinking, oh no, I can't use Go Round or my Fiendish Chain. So I'm just here like, well damn. So at this point I forget it's the field spells Parade. So I send Mary to the grave, and as I send it to the grave, I'm like, well, sugar, it's not that field spell. So I take the 2004 and I just like to say. I got confused. So at this point I can't use any of my effects. I can't use the Lantern or the Jack Frosts in my hand, and I set the Fiendish Chain, and I pass my. I send Parade to the grave and activate Mansion just to see if I could last any longer. I'm checking my extra deck, seeing if there's anything at all that I can do. Just looking through it. I end my turn. At this point I'm thinking, what can I do? He then activates another, I forget what that card's name is. And then I'm just thinking, alright, because I'm thinking, haven't really got any rebuttal. Fiendish Chain was really my only output for this. So I'm just like looking around, thinking of knowing what cards I have in my deck, just thinking what I could potentially go for to counter his move. Looking at my extra decks, thinking of anything that I can do, and I can't come up with anything, so I just write, yeah, GG. Because I couldn't use any of my effects. So, Majestys Fiend. If you don't have any response to it, and they have March of the Monarchs on the field, you're pretty much buggered, no matter what deck you play. Granted, I probably could have made this deck better, purely because I don't run any spell and trap destructions. Although I do use the Knight for store purposes, but yeah. Monarchs got decent support in Primal Origins. So, I would just like to say thank you guys for watching. Comment, rate, subscribe. And yeah, see you guys later. Bye.